Hello everyone, Pallytime here. Welcome back to Heroes of the Storm. There has been a lot of love that I've been giving to Nazeebo lately. His spider build has been phenomenal. Lately, he's been getting a lot of changes to his toad talents, however. So I would thought that we would go in just a nice casual game and try out a toad build just to see how it goes. Alright, so we find ourselves on the Cursed Hollow. The friendly team is a little, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. I always want to support in quick match, but you never really know what you're going to get. At level 1, we're still going to go for a death ritual, minion kills, give permanent health and mana bonuses. This is an amazing talent on Nazeebo. Really helps him stay alive in the late game. We're going up against a Kael'thas, Kerrigan, Johanna, Nazeebo, and Thrall, so an incredibly bursty team. They're going to be doing a lot of damage to us, so we really are relying on our Johanna to keep us safe for the most part. But what are our abilities on Nazeebo? We have Corpse Spiders, which is going to throw out a jar of spiders. There's an initial impact in the circle that deals damage, and then spiders come out of the circle. So if you want to get the most of that, you actually have to hit them with the jar. Usually, that's the main focus of a Nazeebo build. We are not going to be focusing on that. We are going to be focusing on our E ability, Plague of Toads, just to see how it goes. I don't really know what to expect with it. And then our W ability is the Wall of Zombies, which we should be using to totally surround someone in spiders or block off an area. It depends on the situation, and it helps us basically control the battlefield. This map has a lot of little nooks and crannies that we can throw down those zombie walls in, so maybe it'll work out all right for us. In the meantime, all I'm going to do is keep sending toads towards the enemy team. If they connect, great. If they don't, whatever. It's still zoning them back a little bit, even though you can't really zone a Kael'thas, because look at that range that he has. We can come in here with some zombie walls, though, that kind of cuts off his retreat. It's draining some ammunition from the towers, and that close range Plague of Toads barrage nearly took half of his health. Now, I don't know how often we're going to find an opportunity to do that, but you never know. Our Kerrigan did die in the middle lane, so before we miss out on too much XP, I am going to make my way up here. And on Nazeebo, it's important to make sure that you are getting last hits if you take the Death Ritual talent. I mean, that doesn't change. I wasn't really focusing on that while we were in lane, but that's how you stack up this extra health. You have to be, your poison has to be on a target within 4 seconds of its death. So just throw out a casual Plague of Toads. Everything that gets hit by that in the front line is probably going to die. And then we just throw spiders to the back line. And that'll pretty much spread poison to everything we need to kill. And that's a great way to build up your defenses leading into the late game. Do we have a spider talent here? No, we do not. So what do we want to go for? We could go for Envenom. That doesn't seem very bad. Gathering Power got nerfed a little bit in this last patch. It's not an amazing talent anymore. It's situational. It definitely has its place, but it's a very situational pickup. I think I'm going to go for Envenom because the enemy team does not have a lot of healing. They don't have a support either, so we should be able to actually do some meaningful damage with that Envenom. Now, we did beat the majority of our team down here. Jaina is currently recalling and is going to be on the way, but a zombie wall does catch several members of the enemy team at it. We are going to put the Envenom on Thrall and just attack him as he runs away. That will be a kill. And now we just need to back up a little bit, make sure we're safe. We do have the top hat of Abathur, so we are going to be able to deal some damage with that. I was trying to cut off the escape of the enemy team, but it looks like they didn't want to go through there. And now Kerrigan may be picking up a kill on our Johanna. It looks like the enemy team is going to grab that first tribute. Not a big deal. First tribute is not too crucial. It's more important that you don't feed kills to the enemy team when that tribute is up, if we're all just being totally honest. We can send out some spiders, try to get some last hits with them. Our Kerrigan does go in, but she is by herself. She doesn't care. She is going to be picking up a kill. We might actually get Johanna here because of that wall, but she does squeeze through the tiniest little crack on the side. Wow. Kerrigan did receive a lot of changes in the last patch, and I do plan on playing her again very soon. There's a lot of characters that I plan on getting to. I know a lot of people have been making requests down in the comments, and I'm trying to work on it. Try to work on it. Over the past few months, I've had a lot of throat pain, and my doctor surmised that that was from acid reflux, and I'm on new medicine for that, and it's actually been working well, but for whatever reason, this last week and a half or something, it's a totally different kind of throat pain. We do have Toad Affinity. Plague of Toads restores mana and reduces cooldown for each enemy hit with the toads. That's fascinating. Get the Zombie Wall connect. It did cut off his escape, and now we are just auto-attacking into that Kael'thas now. Remember, with the Zombie Walls, it's not always about catching someone in the center of the ability. A big part of using the ability effectively is also cutting off paths that this target may be able to get to. So a zombie wall in front of a wall leading back to safety here, or a zombie wall in this choke point right here, can really make a gigantic difference. A tribute did spawn while we were doing that. Most of the enemy's attention was down in the bottom lane, and we were able to grab that tribute completely uncontested. Now, Plague of Toads restores mana per enemy hit and reduces the cooldown for 1 second per enemy hit. So, if we position like this, hit a wide array of targets, and then Plague of Toads has a very, very, very small cooldown. This could be used incredibly effectively for siege damage, actually. So we could just, does it count towers? Oh my goodness, it sure does. Okay. Yeah, we're going to be able to do a lot with this. Now, the tribute is up, but we have Kael'thas down here in the bottom lane. If we leave now, we will beat him to the tribute. Unfortunately, I was really, really, really late on that. I was totally focused on this toad thing. We're going to let them have that one. That's my fault. Let me tell them my bad. My bad didn't respond to that one. Now, once again, we did have Kael'thas on the bottom, so it was probably important to keep him in check. He can push pretty hard, but again, if the team was going for the tribute, I should have told them that. They're not mind readers. Man, I kind of like this toad talent. Very mana effective. It's very, it does a lot of damage, especially to siege stuff. Zombie Wall's not going to catch anybody. We could just keep throwing frogs their way, though. The enemy Zombie Wall actually stopping their Kerrigan from retreating. I wish I could take credit for that one, but it wasn't even mine. The Gargantuan is still just as good as it was before, but the Ravenous Spirit has received some upgrades. So, to use the Ravenous Spirit, we need to make sure that the enemy team does not have a lot of interrupts for us. They're going to have the Sunder. Look at that amazing Zombie Wall to save our Kerrigan, and then the Envenom on Thrall is going to take him down. That was beautiful. We're going to go with Gargantuan. I'll tell you why. I was going to try to spell it out all nice and clear, but it looks like time is of the essence right now. Sippy Cup and then head down to the bottom lane. So, they have an interrupt on Thrall. They have several interrupts on Kerrigan. They have interrupts on Kael'thas, and they have interrupts on Johanna. So basically that means it's not going to be worth my time to go with the Ravenous Spirit, and we're going to be going with the Gargantuan. Just trying to avoid his Ravenous Spirit. We are chasing this guy down now. If he turns around to fight me, he is going to die. They reduced the animation time of the Gargantuan Slam, which means you can actually use it on a fairly regular basis. Going back in now, we have to dodge that Thrall who's incoming to us as well. So this may not be the best situation for us to be in. If I moved in there, it would have been at least a 2v1. Looks like Kael'thas may have actually backed, so we're just going to keep throwing out spiders. Yeah, we may have to let them have this. This is a 3v1 here. I ain't looking to die for a tribute that we don't necessarily need. I mean, it's just a curse, but it's a curse in the early game. I wish I could say that was my wall so I could have saved her, but that was the enemy team zombie wall, and it was great. So it looks like we are going to be zoned out here. The enemy team likely going to circle down to the bottom lane and push that really hard. Looks like that's exactly what they're doing. Alright, so someone needs to head down there. Looks like Johanna's kind of in the area, but I'll make sure that I am there to back her up. Make sure that we are a team. Alright. So just keep sending out the frogs. As long as he keep hitting targets, we're going to be pretty well off as far as damage output goes. Our siege damage is pretty good. We have not been in a lot of team fights, and our hero damage is actually pretty respectable as well, so I don't hate this at all so far. Is it as reliable as leaping spiders? I don't know yet. Probably not. Because leaping spiders, you can pretty much target like someone on the back line, and the spiders will leap over to them as long as you place the jar of spiders correctly in the first place. Here we go, zombie wall going out on the enemy Nazeebo, Gargantuan spawning in, and we're gonna make the Gargantuan slam, taking down the enemy Nazeebo and Johanna. All right, Toads going out. I just have to get the muscle memory down of actually casting the Toads now. Can we place this in time? No, we can't, but Gargantuan cares not for trivial things like wall placement. He's gonna go directly into the enemy base until his dying breath. Okay, Toads of Hugeness. Or increase the range of our abilities. Toads of Hugeness, damage and area increase for each hop. Yeah, we'll increase the damage of our Toads. That seems like an obvious one. Let's see how much damage they do. This is max range on a building. That's 200 damage a Toad now, depending on how many targets it hits. Now, the next talent tier for the enemy team, they are going to be getting leaping spiders. So we are probably going to have to start worrying about what the Nazeebo for the enemy team is doing. But as of right now, I mean, that's not bad. That's not bad stuff. There's likely going to be a tribute spawning really... Whoa, getting a little overeager here. Let's just put this down. I don't want that. I don't want to get in that at all. It looks like the enemy team may be circling down to do boss, or just trying to contend with that involved monstrosity from our Abathur down in the bottom lane. However, Kerrigan really low on health. I was out of range for the Envenom. Envenom's range is not very long. You do have to be very close to targets. Can we save her? No, we cannot. And now the enemy team's starting to close in on me. So here we go. It's going to be the best I could do. Unfortunately, I had to focus Johanna there because she was the closest thing to me. Abathur coming in for the top hat was not fast enough to keep me alive. And now the enemy team is going to have numbers advantage. But the tribute still has not spawned. It will likely be in the next 30 seconds, though. Jaina was middle trading with their thrall. I'm going to take a sip of water, don't mind me. And the tribute is now spawning. All right. So, they said this was a 3v5. It's a 4v5 as soon as Kerrigan gets there, and I'm going to be a little bit further behind. We did pick really bad times to die. Johanna spotting the enemy Kerrigan. The enemy team going to pick up that tribute, and really it's not too big of a deal. We need to call for a retreat here, though. The enemy... No, there's the interrupt. I was going to say the enemy... Nazeebo was casting that Vengeful Spirit completely uncontested. Yeah, they had no reason to walk into there at all. They already announced that they were outnumbered, and they knew very well that they were outnumbered. There's the Envenom on Kerrigan, and we are going to pick up the kill on her. If Thrall wants to stay, we can kill him as well. Now we are going to pick up, I guess... no, fuck that. We're going to get Hardened Focus. Toads, Explosive Corpse Spiders upon death might be really good, though, actually. That might be amazing, actually. With the better spider AI? Okay, we'll give it a go. Hardened Focus seems like it'd be better, though. Because you could just spam everything a lot more. But I said I was going to do a Toad build, so we're going to do every talent that has Toads in it. I don't hate that. And that's a lot of spiders in there dealing damage. Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad. Alright, we do pick up the middle bruisers for our team. Pinging going down on our boss, but we do not have numbers advantage, and another tribute is going to be spawning soon, so this is an extremely risky call, and wouldn't you know, there's the tribute right next to me. The Gargantuan going out onto... Ouch, ouch, boss hurts. I did actually do a really good zombie wall there, but unfortunately had to leave immediately after. They do have vision on me, which is a problem. I do dodge the What killed me? Oh, she has Envenom. I was so proud. I dodged a really good combo there. Yeah, that was a bad call of starting the boss, and then we didn't fully disengage from that, so halfway through killing Thrall, the boss started hitting me. Our Johanna does die, but Jaina died right along with him, I was going to say. Okay, apparently I don't know who died here. Kerrigan and Jaina died. They did a lot of damage before they were killed, though. And that Ring of Frost actually pretty valuable there. Allowed Johanna to come in and deal a lot of damage. Looks like we are going to get this tribute. We do have Abathur over here doing Abathur things with his hands in the air. There he goes. Kill Thas is being pushed out of the middle lane. Our bruiser camp actually got a lot of value there. Did a lot of pushing. So really, I'm pretty happy with this outcome. I am going to make my way down here, try to get these siege giants. I'm going to ping for help. He needs to be careful. But he should be fine. Alright, so let's put the zombie wall down now that they stood up. You always want to wait to put the zombie wall down until these guys are fully erect. Because if you lay it down early, they're not really tanking anything for you. And the idea is you want the zombie wall there to kind of soak up damage so you're not taking any. If you put it down too early, it's just not going to do anything. And those guys don't start auto-attacking until they've had a chance to stand up after a long work day and then find you. Lots of stuff going on up in the top lane right now. Abathur in a bit of a risky spot. I still caught you in the zombie wall, woman. Let's try to get this regen glove, send out some spider his way. We don't want him catching up to us. And it looks like he's gonna catch up to us. Yep, pretty good route. Can we take him down? Oh my goodness, yes we can. Oh my goodness, yes we can. Thank you, Abathur. I'm not gonna pretend like I did all of that by myself. That was pretty clutch. That was pretty clutch. Alright, sippy cup, and then try to head up here and help with this. I think it's a little far past what I could do now. The enemy team likely going to be going for boss now. It looks like only one spider is spawned every single time, which is not that good, honestly. Oh, and here's the leaping spiders. You see the leaping spiders do guaranteed damage that I cannot mitigate, whereas with the toads, people could basically just move out of the way of them. Leaping spiders might actually just fucking kill me here. So are toads better than leaping spiders? No. No, they're not. Is it still interesting? Johanna actually fucking stole that. Oh my god. Wow. I don't know how she did that. I wish I saw it. I was too busy running away from spiders at my feet. But wow. Abathur is in position to get this tribute, and he is totally safe in doing so. Everyone else on the enemy team is currently in the middle lane. This boss is pushing top, and this is going to be an incredibly valuable curse. Wow. This is huge. Ping's going down on the enemy team's boss. I think we're better off just pushing right now. We are going to go with Bolt of the Storm at this level just to help our survivability a little bit. Maybe get away from some of these leaping spiders that are coming after us. And here we go, pushing into the enemy team's defenses. These toads should be incredibly valuable here. Now, if we did go with Hardened Focus, we would be dealing more damage right now. Because our health is high, we could just be spamming these guys out. I actually would be interested to see that. These spiders, you know, they are dealing some damage though, so I still, my verdict is still out on that. I quite frankly just don't know. I am going to disengage here though, trying to stay alive to the best of my ability. The Ultralisk is out on me, and of course I attack the minion wave on fucking accident, or the mercenary camp. Looks like our Johanna's in a little bit of trouble. Let's throw some spiders over, maybe they'll do the right thing. I'm just going to get out of here. We dodged that bullet, it's time to leave. Time to leave. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about these talents, man. It's an interesting experiment, right? And I want to start doing this kind of stuff more because I do play the same build over and over for Nazeebo, and it'd be cool to find something that's a little bit different. I'm gonna take this camp over. Also, does Hardened Focus lower? Okay, it's only basic abilities. All right, that's one thing I wasn't sure about. So I thought maybe it would lower our Gargantuan's health, or our Gargantuan's cooldown as well. It does not do that. It's only basic abilities. But we took over the Bruiser camp yet again. Really, really easy to do when you have Gargantuan. And even after that, there's only a 40-second cooldown on that bad boy. So the odds of him being ready again for the next encounter are pretty high. I am going to throw the zombie wall down here. Zombies actually do damage. A lot of people don't realize that. So if you do catch someone in the middle of a wall, they are going to be beating the crap out of that person. The enemy Nazeebo looks like he went for that range increase on the zombie wall. Which, I mean, if you get that and Hardened Focus, you might be able... I want to try that, actually. I really want to try that. The range increase with Hardened Focus. And these leaping spiders on top of that. I mean, that's probably an extremely safe build. He just did a quarter of my health without even having to be near me at all. Look at the range on that. That's ridiculous. If he even got that talent, I don't even know. I just walled myself in, but it kept Thrall out, luckily. I would love to say that I did that on purpose, but I did not. We have pushed the middle lane to its entirety. All of their defenses are down in the middle lane. But how's top doing, actually? Top was actually taking a beating as well from that giant when we were pushing. I, however, need a sippy cup. Johanna still pushing up by herself is pretty risky, but she does have the double symbiote of Abathur with her. The involved monstrosity is going to be taken down in the bottom lane. If she wants to continue to fight this, we probably could actually win with the help of Abathur. But if we get flanked, that's going to be very bad news bears. We do see the enemy Johanna because of the mine placements of Abathur, but top lane is actually starting to look pretty scary as far as pushing goes. Someone was just dropped for inactivity. Our Kerrigan just left the game because she AFK'd. I guess work called her halfway through this game and now she had to leave. That's a little unfortunate. And by a little, I mean massively unfortunate. Okay, I'm going to try to do whatever damage I can. I know I'm attacking Johanna and that's not my priority, but Johanna's the only person in range for me to attack, so that's what I'm going to do. I am going to back up and try to get this. We do have to worry about Kerrigan coming down here, though. She was up in the top lane. But it looks like I'm going to gather this tribute and then peace out over the wall and be safe. That's the plan, anyway. Yep, we got the tribute. That's all we needed. Thrall's going to kill our bot. Not a big deal. Jaina died in there as well. But you know what? We got the tribute, and that was important because it stopped them from getting that curse. So small victories where we can get them. The enemy Kerrigan now pushing top pretty hard. Is going to take down that keep. That Ultralisk, did she get the talent where he comes back? Yeah, so you can basically just leave the Ultralisk out now and he'll push forever. We're going to try to put an end to that really quick. When we're up, go to boss. There it there's. Okay. So basically, when this Ultralisk dies now, he's going to pop into that little egg. If the egg lives, he's going to keep pushing. So great tool for split pushing, actually. Not really sure if split pushing is what you should be doing on a melee assassin or not. You know, that's kind of up for debate, but it's nice that she has that option now. We are extremely late to this tribute. I'm going to toss some spiders over the wall the second I can. There we go, that's going to interrupt. And let's just drop the Gargantuan over there as well. Let him do his thing. Let him use his slam. We do have the leaping spiders on me. We're going to throw spiders in on them again. Interrupting. Very good, spiders. You're doing great. Now, the entirety of the friendly team is here, including Kerrigan bot. Kerrigan bot may actually win this for us, and I wish I was kidding. The Sunder coming out from Thrall is going to split the group up. I can't come in because of the Phoenix, and it looks like we're going to lose 2 members of our party there. Go, frogs. Be free. Go get them. All right. Okay. We're okay. We got Kerrigan. No. No, you don't recall. You die. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I'm trying so hard. Okay, there's Johanna. Oh my God, Johanna, just fucking die. Ah! That was about as good as I could have possibly done with a frog build versus 4 people. Oh, man. Yeah, I've played... you guys know this. I've been playing a lot of Nazeebo lately. I don't have his master skin, but you also have to keep in mind that I play on EU. I play in a ton of custom games every week, so I'm not always getting leveling done on my main account. So I have a lot of Nazeebo experience. I've definitely improved from when I started. If you guys ever go back and watch my old videos, I could never land a zombie wall ever to save my life. Is this build as strong as spiders? Absolutely not. I feel like my damage would be doubled right now if I was using leaping spiders. And more to the point, with leaping spiders, you can actually pinpoint who you want to take out. Now, the AI on it is a little unforgiving sometimes. But, you know, if I were to throw the spiders right here, they would hit Nazeebo. If I were to throw them right here, they would hit Johanna. So you can pretty much strategize where they go. Bot Kerrigan is still Bot Kerrigan. So we basically had everything stacked against us in this particular game. The Sunder coming out. We do catch Nazeebo in the zombie wall, force him to use his blink there. Let's just throw out the Gargantuan right here. See what he does. Maybe he'll get some plays, maybe he won't. He actually got... see, if I had the range increase on my abilities, I feel like I could do a lot here. I feel like I could do a ton here. I want to try that build out. I'm actually extremely intrigued by the range increase and the cooldown reduction. It could be phenomenal. Fucking Gargantuan walking around with a mage minion. Put that back. You don't know where you don't know where that was. You don't know where it's been. And once again, I want to try that too. The upgraded Ultralisk for the enemy team's Kerrigan, scouting what we're doing here. That is a ton of spiders. So you can either get corpse spiders upon exploding or leaping spiders. Fascinating. Oh, Kerrigan's actually back now. Welcome back. I guess she didn't have to go to work. The zombie wall is going to miss. The Gargantua coming out. I'm focusing Johanna for some reason. It's probably because I'm really bad at this game. I'm on Kerrigan now, switching back to the enemy's Nazeebo. I think we are going to fucking lose this boss. I'm not jumping on the boss capture just for the sake of getting a boss. I mean, that's stupid. I don't want to die. We are going to blink out of that. Do we want to keep fighting the enemy team? I actually think we have a decent chance of doing that. They could be looping around to kill me right now. I'm going to stop this Ultralisk from respawning really quick, though. Hopefully. There we go. Okay, so we just wasted her ultimate. And now all we have to do is contend with the several people on the enemy team walking towards our base, and this boss currently killing top. Don't worry, everyone. I'm a professional. I have this. I have this. Okay, that minion wave is going to help out quite a bit. Can we kill Thrall? We do not have Envenom, and he rooted us for some reason. Alright. We cannot really do much with the leaping spiders. He has blink off of cooldown. Now his blink is on cooldown. Here's the Envenom on Kael'thas. I do not have blink to get out of his Phoenix, and that is going to be a death. But we killed him. We killed him. He is going to die. Does that matter? Absolutely not. Trading kills does nothing for us at this point, and that is going to be good game. But there you go. That's the Leaping Toads build. A lot of people have been speculating that it's now better than spiders. It is absolutely not, in my humble opinion, even though I did outdamage someone that was using leaping spiders. Definitely an interesting build, though. For siege purposes, for split pushing purposes, I actually think it would be really good. But like I said, I'm definitely interested in the hardened focus and things of the deep talents. They could be extremely good. Extremely. You do have to miss out on leaping spiders, though. I don't know. We'll see. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time.